You spend 15 years on that job, and you never miss a day, even when you're too tired to work. You spend 4 to 7 years in school, and you go even on days you feel too weak to learn. In fact, you spent 8 weeks auditioning for that talent hunt show and risked so much to make it. You learned that skill for 3 months amid several other tasks and even mastered that art faster than your peers. But you should sit and ask yourself what exactly your aim is. Trust me, I asked myself that too. Well, we all got the same answer. We want to get rich. But is it really that complicated? That it's been our wish ever since we got our first bucks for some cookies as children? It is really not. The good news is that getting rich is actually easy. And in this video, I'll be showing you the necessary principles of wealth to follow to attain the financial freedom you've always desired. But hold on, what's rich? Like, how much must you really have to claim you're rich? $100,000? $1 million? $1 billion? Or you mean Elon Musk? Well, like I said, it's way easier than you think. Rich isn't defined in the Oxford or Longman dictionary, and maybe it is, but it isn't defined there for you. To a very large extent, you define what rich is to you. While some are satisfied with some $100,000, a house, a car, and enough income to travel, others would want to live in a mansion, one with an expanse of land as the White House, some luxurious cars, a private jet, and some $1 billion in their bank account. Like I said, you define rich yourself. But should a general definition be mandated, then rich is that level you get to where you have enough resources to do all you want to do. It's that easy. And if defining rich is that easy, why should getting rich be hard? Well, that's why you're here, to get the hammers to make getting rich soft. And what are these hammers? They're principles. To get rich, all you need to do is to follow principles, and that's it. You may need some clarity as regards to these principles, and that's where it gets really interesting, because everywhere around you and all over the face of the earth, there are principles working as laws. One of them is the law of karma. What you sow is what you reap. So, reaping a good fruit is easy, right? Yes, it is. All you need to do is sow a good seed. Where it gets dumb is when you sow a bad seed only to expect a good fruit. It's a big no. Life doesn't work that way. It works by principles. There's also the law of gravity that makes whatever go up come down again. It's not what you can help. Life's just designed that way. It's a principle. And like all these things have principles, so also does getting rich. Hence, all you need to do to get rich is to follow the principles of wealth, and you're surely on your way to becoming Elon Musk's biggest headache. So what are these principles of wealth? Before I share them, I'd love you to like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's also a get-rich principle if you try it. I'm sure you just did. A big thank you to you. And now, we get back on track. The very first principle of wealth is savings. Yes, savings. If you felt like I revealed your dirty secret just now, then pay attention 2 times, as I'll be giving you very practical tips on how best to plan your savings. But before we talk about savings, let's quickly hit a principle that applies to literally every walk of life, and it's goal setting. One of the most important steps to take towards financial freedom is to set financial goals. Have an amount you want to hit by the end of the year, and like you do in other cases, you break it down to each month, or more easily, each earning. And by having a goal to hit with each earning, you're edging closer to your long-term financial goal. And that brings us down to savings again. Many people out there weren't lucky enough to get inheritances from their parents, and so their journey to richness is a process, a gradual process. And if this is your path, then it's totally impossible to get wealthy by spending all of your income. It's a crime you should be punished for should you have a cord in your conscience. Savings is so essential, not just because many have said it, but I mean, you shouldn't trivialize the name too. It's called savings. It may be all you need to save you when that unforeseen crisis comes up. So it's a must you save. And if you've ever been confused about how to go about your savings, let me lend you a bit of my calculative and analytic self. When you get your earnings, be keen to split things into percentages. Let's give a scenario. It'd be truly easier that way. You earned $10,000 this month, and we just agreed that it's a huge crime to spend all. So you could make it a routine to always save 30% of your earnings, spend 50%, and perhaps use the remaining 20% for your mortgage or something. And this is where it helps you more. Working with percentages helps one kill greediness. And what do I mean? You may get a 100% increase rather than increase your savings. You still save $3,000. Well, that's a crime as well. An increase from $10,000 to $20,000 means an increase in your savings from $3,000 to $6,000. You practice this principle of savings and you're well on your way to financial freedom, a far more beautiful destination than Disneyland. But in all your savings, there is an important fact to remember. Savings isn't an end in itself. It's a means to an end, which is investment. And that brings us to our next principle to get rich easily. investment. Let's do a quick exercise. Once you're done with this video, take a short trip to your browser and search for the top 50 richest men in the world. An observant person would surely find a similarity among them all. It's neither their skin color, nor their haircut, accent, or religion. It's their occupation. They're all entrepreneurs. Even if any of them started out as a salary earner, it was their daring adventure into the world of entrepreneurship that brought them the wealth you see today. And that's where investment comes in. Once you've saved a substantial amount of money, invest. There are a wide variety of investment platforms and possibilities. You could invest in a business, in a high-yield savings account, in funds, in bonds, in stocks, in real estate, and even cryptocurrency. These are some of the best investments around. And do well to come back to the comment section of this video once your investment begins to bring smiles to your faces. However, for those who'd be willing to run a startup, you shouldn't be confused too. While salary earning is you being paid for your time, entrepreneurship is creating solutions to problems and offering value. So, an advice is that you never start a business without proper research. In fact, having a business plan is as important as your capital. Be sure to make your researches keenly and choose the venture that seems the most profitable for your target consumers and geographical location. And one important tool to hold on to is to have an emergency purse aside from your savings. While you have your savings fixed, you could randomly separate a part of your income to cover emergency expenses. It's like a bodyguard to your savings, ensuring you hardly have to get close to it. You thought that was all? Maybe, but you wouldn't learn financial freedom completely without some soft skills like contentment. And by this, I'm saying you don't have to eat the best meals. You don't have to buy the best clothes every time. Getting rich is a goal you make huge sacrifices for. It's called delayed gratification, where you suspend pleasure till a more comfortable future. So be content. You really don't always have to spend every money in your hand. And really, savings has no limit. If you have more rather than spend, try saving and thank me later. I'm sure you'd be pissed right now. Also, be consistent. Consistency is doing what you do whether you feel like it or not. Save even when you feel moody. Save on the good, bad, and ugly days. Ensure your life isn't lived by feelings. Let it be a consistent one instead. And finally, feel good about wealth and wealthy people. The universe has a way of gifting you whatever you appreciate and taking from you what you repel. Don't feel disgusted at wealthy people. Be genuinely happy for them, and you'd be one of them soon. Now, before I go, take this with you. Wise people invest. Normal people save. Foolish people spend. You could say it again, it's just the truth. And with these principles, I'm sure there would be a new face on the world's richest list soon enough. And it's you. But don't leave without hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel. Which of these principles are you picking up first? Let's know in the comment section. Until next time, peace out.